We have a special guest today, cameoing on today's video about the GR Corolla. His name is Kirk Abraham, and he's not feeling well. So he's going to be sitting on my lap as we preview the next generation GR Corolla. Guys, if you're excited for a performance boost on the GR Corolla, smash the like button. This is coming out of Mag X, which is probably the number 2 best scoop magazine out of Japan. But we're also going to finish this video after the GR Corolla talk with the Infiniti announcements at the Quail this year, and Abe's pressing buttons, so bear with me. But the QX80 is going to get some cool variations, more than likely, and then the QX65 has been officially revealed. I have seen this vehicle with my own naked eyes. Behind closed doors, it was embargoed. Well, it was technically, I never saw it. I'll just say that. I never saw that vehicle, but I did see it, okay, at Nissan headquarters. Anyways, there's also been a redesigned Nissan Ultima. It's for the Chinese market. It's still fun to talk about. So if you guys are excited about today's GR Corolla news, smash that like button. And I'm going to read from the translations of the Holy Scrolls from Japan. There we go. I had to turn off the keyboard because he is interjecting into my Word document. So the GR Corolla will be a rival to overseas sports hatches such as the Golf R, and will use an improved version of the GAC platform. Well, we know that the current generation GR Corolla is still on the GAC platform, but we are due, you could say overdue, for an all-new Corolla. The latest things we're hearing out of Japan is that the Fielder could come back. Well, that's a Japanese market wagon for the Corolla. So we could see more wagon Corollas this time around. And I sure as heck hope we finally get it for America. It's been too long since we've had a Corolla or a Toyota wagon that's not the Crown Signia that doesn't cost $45,000+. All right. Anyways, there will be an improvement to the GAC platform, and this is fine with me instead of an all-new platform. And the reason is, look at the jump the Camry made from 24 to 25. On the side, you look at the side profile, the car looks almost identical, but you drive a 24, then you drive a 25, you're like, I'm driving a Lexus now. The improvements they made for body rigidity, just tuning of the steering, tuning of the brakes, reduction in NVH overall, they're going to take a huge jump here with the Corolla platform, the C platform. And they have plans to replace the 1.6 liter three-cylinder, turbo. They're going to replace it. They say the GR Corolla, a rival to the Type R, I would say it's under the Type R. Obviously, it is in price and capabilities, but it has been on the market for 3 years. But production numbers remain limited. However, remember recently that they plan to make GR Corollas in the plant in UK. So Great Britain, they have a Corolla production facility, and it has been confirmed that GR Corollas will be built there. So we will no longer have this limited production sort of vehicle. And if you're wondering why AB's talking so much, it's because I'm talking. He is practicing on taking my job over in the next few years. So they're saying with the improved supply system, this will allow anyone who wants to buy it will be able to get it at any time. Now, currently, if we look at the market, which I got to turn the keyboard back on, we're looking at GR Corolla 42 in my area. Yes, that's low, but this is a specialty car. I'm not expecting high volume. Like, what is the 8.6, the GR86 29, even less? So it's not like there's discounts to be had. So the volume right now is fine, at least available in the US market. But you might be saying, this vehicle needs to be, I don't believe it's available in the UK, for example, and that if they build it there, it will be available for the UK market and in better volume for Europe and better volume for Japan, assuming they make it in Japan, or they might just make it in UK and export it from there. But look, we're finally seeing these things come under $40,000. It's been a long time coming to see the prices drop on this. You can get them under MSRP $3,000 under MSRP is what they're being advertised for, possibly even better. So they talk about how the Gazoo Racing division, as he kicks my keyboard, is losing money for Toyota, but Toyota doesn't care. Akio Toyota doesn't care. Eventually, they could start making money. They're gaining traction. Look at the sort of teasing they've been doing with the GR GT3 sports cars at Goodwood Festival of Speed, right? They're going to have GT3 race cars with twin turbo V8s. Lexus is likely to get their own variant as well as the LFR. They're saying that the GR Yaris really kicked things off, and it is getting a special edition model with greater potential, right? Because they're saying the GRMN Yaris came out and it exceeded expectations. We will get a GRMN Corolla off of the current generation. You see this right here. I saw this at Toyota headquarters in Plano, Texas. This will be coming. It will be coming. It won't have a new engine that they're talking about in this article, which we're going to get into this new engine right now. Okay, so they want to streamline the lineup so the models and price ranges do not overlap. For example, the inline 6 that will be installed in the next gen Supra, which, you know, MagX says it has been exclusively scooped by MagX, that it's going to get an inline 6. Now, we've heard anything from inline 6 potential from Best Car, the other competing scoop magazine, to turbo 4-cylinder hybrid with a transaxle in the back. We've heard all sorts of crazy things about the new Supra. Don't overthink it. Don't over-electrify it, Toyota. Just make it inline 6 turbo or twin turbo. The more turbos, the better on a Supra, right? And the more cylinders, the better. We don't want a 4-cylinder Supra. It's okay in a Corolla. It's okay in a GR86, a 4-cylinder. I don't care how much power it's producing, that 4-cylinder, even though Toyota said, hey, we got variants on the racetrack that are producing 600 horsepower to that turbo 4-cylinder. That's not what we want in the Supra. We want an inline 6. Called me an old timer. Call me a get off my lawn sort of guy. I don't want anything to do with a Supra with an inline 4. And I did review the inline 4 previous generation 2.0 Supra, and I thought it was plenty fast. But did it feel special? No. Did it feel like a Supra? No. Inline 6 or bust. Inline 6 or bust on the Supra. But you guys, of course, want to hear Supra stuff. You guys came here for the GR Corolla. All right. So here we are. They're going to differentiate that Supra for it to be more of a halo product. Inline 6, it's not going to overlap on price with this GR Corolla. It's not going to overlap in price. He wants a yogurt. I got mini fridges in here, of course, and he knows how to raid those things. Here you go. Enjoy, Abe. You want the cap. I think half the time he just wants me to unscrew the yogurts so he can use the cap. Do you want back up? So they're saying it would be advantageous to use the G20 4-cylinder turbo currently under development, as it would increase the number of vehicles that would adopt it. So we would see it. Here's the thing. We would see it as a non-turbo in the GR86/BRZ, which is now going to be an in-house Toyota-built vehicle. The G20 is also going to be in the MR2 Celica, whatever they call that thing, the mid-engine sports car, 4-wheel drive, mid-engine freak, okay? Now, they're also saying that they're going to use it in the GR Corolla, the 4-cylinder turbo. Now, we're expecting 400 horsepower out of the turbocharged variant in the Celica mid-engine, or MR2, whatever it is. They wouldn't give that sort of power to the GR Corolla unless it was a GRMN. All right, but for a GR Corolla, hey, I'm okay. They can get rid of the 3-cylinder. I don't mind that engine, but I think Toyota might be running into issues with that engine, as we've heard that it is flammable. You guys have heard that. This new 4-cylinder is not going to have that issue. It's going to be applied in so many different projects and products that it will be cheaper for Toyota to produce in high volume, and it'll be more reliable. It will be more robust. It will be a superior engine in every sense of the imagination compared to the 1.6 liter 3-cylinder turbo. I think you guys would agree. More cylinders is better. Give us a 4-cylinder, not the 3-cylinder. If they want to keep the 3-cylinder around in the GR Yaris, go for it. I don't care. We don't get it anyways. And I think that's a really good powertrain for that vehicle. But now they're saying because they want to up the performance of the GR Corolla, B Type R competitor to B Golf R competitor. They know that the 3-cylinder is not the answer there. By the way, I will be driving the updated GTI. It's automatic only now, but I will be driving it in the near future. In about a month from now, I'm getting it as a press car, so stay tuned for my driving impressions on that. Gotta love the hot hatch. Hot hatch life is what we're here for. And they want to further differentiate the GR Yaris and the GR Corolla, and they're saying that the 4-cylinder in the Corolla variant is one way to do it. Especially, think about it this way. Think of the GR Yaris and the GR Corolla being available in most of Europe simultaneously. It wouldn't make much sense if they have the exact same engine output, you know what I'm saying? So this makes a lot of sense here. Now, Toyota, the thing is, stateside, we don't have the GR Yaris to undercut the GR Corolla in price. We only have the GR86. But if you think about it, it leaves a GRMN availability for the GR86. All right, GRMN 86. If they're going to use Toyota's 2-liter newly developed engine, so the base model has a 2-liter and the GRMN has a 2-liter turbo, minimum 300 horsepower. This is the sort of power people been asking for in the rear-wheel drive sports car. But you still have your option of a lesser powerful, more affordable, naturally aspirated version. This is genius here from Toyota. Thanks, Abe. Oh, yeah, the cap fell down. Thank you. You want me to put the cap back on? They further list more competitors. Civic Type R, of course, Golf R, like we've mentioned. AMG A-Class, BMW M135. They all have 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engines and bodies around 4,400 millimeters long. And you can see we're a little bit shy of that with the current hatchback that we have with the Corolla. It's not going to, if it does get bigger, it's not going to be much bigger. They say that the GR Corolla boasts comparable performance in terms of maximum output and torque. But when you consider the driving feel and other important aspects, you want an inline 4 turbo engine. I do. I'd rather have a turbo 4 than a 3-cylinder. So that's the big news update. I don't think what we see on the screen, the vehicle is going to look, I mean, it could look somewhat similar, being that it's a hatchback and have some hood vents like the current one does. We will have a more aggressive hammerhead design, of course. If this article is correct, it gets a 4-cylinder turbo. I think many of you are going to celebrate. As much as I could talk about the GR Corolla all day long and a next generation getting a better engine, more power, a better sound potentially, even though the 3-cylinder sounds pretty decent, and I love the turbo hiss on it. But I'm ready for Toyota to take that next jump with a more reliable and a more capable and a more tunable engine in the new G20E engine. All right, QX65 monograph Sportback SUV concept. Well, this has been a concept for a while, for over a year, and you know, coupe crossovers, this is kind of harkening back to the old FXs, but those were rear-wheel drive biased and could be had with a V8. All right, this, with the paint color, this copper paint color, it is harkening back to the old FXs, but I don't know, like look how big this body is. This coupe crossover kind of seems like a Genesis G80 coupe crossover. But the powertrain on here won't be able to touch a Genesis unless it won't, because they have 2 powertrain options here. VC turbo, and if they put the 2-liter VC turbo in here, it's a joke. I just drove it, even with the 9-speed auto, I just drove it in the Murano, and that's what holds the Murano back is, well, the 9-speed auto mixed with the VC turbo, both of them together. It's not a good driving experience. And when you're looking at an Infiniti, it needs to have a very strong driving experience. So put the V6 back in it. EPA is relaxing right now with the current administration. CAFE is thrown out the window. Put a V6 in here. call it a day. They can't fit the twin turbo V6 in here, so that's not going to happen. But at least Infinity's doing something. They're currently a 2 SUV brand, QX80 and QX60. Well, this is just another flavor of the QX60. And the QX55, which was just another flavor of the QX50, didn't do anything to move the needle for the brand. Is this going to do anything to move the needle for the brand? If it has a V6, I can recommend it. If it doesn't, stay the heck away from it. AB, no thank you. Yep, that doesn't go. He wants to plug a USB-C into a wall socket. Luckily, the wall socket is full. And I don't think USB-C would fit in a wall socket. All right. Looking at some of these QX80 concepts gets me excited. You know, we just had the Nismo. He almost got to my power strip there. Hey, buddy. He almost got to the power strip when we would have lost a lot. Okay, but the QX80 track spec apparently has insane horsepower. Let's see here. 650 plus horsepower and 750 pound-feet of torque. A 50% increase in both. Is this possible? Is this possible from this engine? The answer is yes, of course. This is the same company that built the GTR. Of course it's possible. Now, this is a smaller displacement engine than the GTR's 3.8 liter, but it is possible. Is it going to happen? And the answer is not a snowball's chance. Maybe we get something between the 450 we have now and the 650 they're touting. Maybe it lands somewhere around 500. Look, the Nismo just has a small performance increase. You want the beef stick? He wants it. He'll like sniff it after I open it and then probably just give it to me. Now he wants to sit on my lap with his beef stick. Apparently these gains were achieved using stock internal components through a carefully integrated engineering approach that includes upgraded compressors, a higher capacity intercooler, new fuel injectors, ram intake, and a lower restriction exhaust. Yeah, maybe they have some crazy turbo action going on here to achieve this, but I don't want to get my hopes up for it. All right, don't want to do it. It would be a competitor to something like the Escalade V, and that truck's amazing. Now, Escalade V supercharged V8. It sounds so good. It sounds like American automotive, like halls of Valhalla. That's the right word. The halls of the champions. And that's what the Escalade V sounds like. This twin turbo V6, no matter what they do, it'll never sound as good as a V8. But man, does it look sexy. Well done, Infiniti, with this concept. I think it's got sits on 24s. And then they have a more off-roader focused. This is a Nissan Patrol, but it has been improved, obviously, for the luxury market. Put skid plates underneath. I love the lift kit here. Nissan/Infiniti needs more of this. More of this. Nissan does trucks as well as anyone. Nissan does body on frame as well as anyone in the world. You guys can debate that all you want. They can go toe-to-toe with anyone with body on frame, truck-based SUVs, and pickup trucks. What I'm seeing here, this is really, really exciting that they're doing something. Infiniti's at least doing something. Oh, thanks, bud. Oh, he's actually eating it. You know, he's been growing molars, and let me tell you, this guy's been in pain for the past like month, trying to pop all his teeth out. But he's been able to eat things like bread and beef sticks that he was not able to eat a month ago. So Abe's progressing. Infiniti's progressing. The GR Corolla is progressing. What about this Dongfeng Nissan? It's an Altima with a new V-Motion front end. They call it the Teana. And I think no, I'm watching him. He really wants to turn off the power strip, which kills my monitor, kills my camera has a battery, but it also kills the studio light that's on me. But that's okay. We would just keep filming in the dark. All right. It has 19-inch wheels. It has the 2-liter VC turbo. Oh, gross. Y'all done? I get to inherit a beef stick here. Of course, it has a CVT that resembles an 8-speed semi-automatic transmission. It looks decent on the back, and we will be getting a new Sylphy/Sentra soon. So maybe this is a sort of design we could expect to see on the new Sentra. And that's pretty exciting if it is. But we know it's very unlikely for the Altima to get this sort of styling stateside, because the Altima, even though it's built in Mississippi, they've been planning to kill it for a long time and just have the Sentra. And the new Sentra is going to be revealed soon. So stay tuned. I'll do my best to cover it here on the channel. But this is, I think it's a decently handsome front end. These headlights kind of remind me of like the Elantra. Are you guys getting those vibes? Are you getting Elantra vibes up front from the headlights and the light bar situation? Still think it looks good, but I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more automotive news. I need to book my ticket and book my hotel for Japan. Maybe I'll do that today. The Japan Mobility Show 2025. We're almost there. It'll be October 28th, 29th. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe out there, and peace.